right. Oh, he's already called me out. Get Spitfired. He's late. He's 13 seconds late. Oh, man. I actually, dude, yesterday was a wild, wild day, man. I think everybody saw what happened in the markets, but just personally for me, just as a human being, I had some things that came up yesterday, and it's not the first time I miss a stream. It probably won't be the last time I miss a stream. Luckily, you guys pay me zip to be here, so nobody can say anything about me missing a stream. It is what it is. So with that being said, I did post in the Discord, posted everything in the Discord. Very easy, very simple, very convenient, very demure. Very mindful. But you know, like if there's one difference in between the Discord, right, where you can get private VIP access for literally less than $1 a day, right, to everything that I'm doing, all of my trades, all of my setups, like I can post for it takes me 2 minutes to post in there. Hey, by the way, we're running into the 0.618 fib at the $83,300 range and the top end of a trend channel. This is a shortable opportunity. Boom. And you would have printed money yesterday, right? But there's no way if something's happening that I can get on a stream for an hour. It makes no sense. But I can do that quick little post inside of our private VIP community. 2 minutes is what it takes me. I'll show you exactly what I can do, right? It's very simple. It's very, very quick, right? So let me show you what I actually did this, right? So as you can see, boom, 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 boom. And right here, boom, an exact and perfect retrace at 4 p.m., right? To the 0.618 Fibonacci golden pocket at $83,122, as well as tagging the downtrend resistance line on the daily chart. This is a very shortable level, and you can set your stop loss extremely tight here and target the pullback to $78,800 to $77,800. And guess how that played out? Just saying. And that's at 79.3, right? But we actually did hit, guess what? $78,800 is right here, and $77,800 is right here. So we didn't quite hit that, right? But we hit all the way down to $78,400. And then boom, I showed everybody, hey, here, here's how it's looking, right? And then I also even took a scalp long at the bottom, right? Boom. Obviously, this position is still up. Both of these positions are still open. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. There is a fair value gap here, by the way. But before we get into all that, everybody that's here, make sure if you're here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. I appreciate you. You literally would have made ridiculous gains yesterday. If you were in my private VIP Discord, right? And let me know if you want to be in there. Drop that in the comments section, and maybe we'll open it to the public. Secondarily, I do have plans to open it to the public. It's not necessarily a maybe. It's do you want to be in there? And we'll open it up. It's literally $29, dude. I don't know, man. That's less than a dinner. Like seriously, if you can't spend $29 to come and make gains like what I just showed you on the screen, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to stop giving out free gains on the channel so much because everybody's gotten like an 8X since they've been watching me. And it's time for me to make some money, right? Other than, doing all of this, because this is extremely burdensome. I'm not going to lie. This right here, this is not burdensome. That was so easy. That was so easy to write up. This took me 30 seconds to write. This takes me a bunch of production. I got to turn all my lights on. I got to make sure my cameras are good. I got to run OBS Studio. I got to get my whatever. I got to make sure that everybody's ready. I got to plan the stream in advance so that people get notified and we get people to show up and actually view the stream. Like right now, we've got 24 people on the stream, 20 people on Twitter, 4 people here, 5 people here, whatever, 21 people on Twitter, whatever. And, I got to like plan it ahead. It's a bunch of rigmarole stuff. It's just much easier for me to just do this. And then you make this. And then I do a little 5-minute video in there every single day, 7-minute video. Very simple. Show you the charts, show you everything. You don't even have to show up to the streams, man. But these are very critical, insightful levels. And you would not have known to long here unless you were in there, right? Now, with that being said, is Bitcoin going to go up or is Bitcoin going to go down? Well, to me, it doesn't matter because I have, the long or the short and the long open, which is fine. Obviously, I'm weighting it more to the short side, but I did take profits down here. I have closed out a lot of this position down at below 79K, which is, what I said in that prior post inside of the private VIP community. Yeah. Richard Four says no hospital pizza today. He's busy, but he doubts he gets to lunch. Yeah, but I'm not in the Discord yet. And whose fault is that? It's mine. But with all good things in life, time is the healer, right? It's got to be the right timing for everybody, man. Namely me, right? And I want to make sure everything's ready for you guys. G Wood on the drums. He's here. What's up, my man? Just happy you're to the rescue. He says, Buamio says he wants to be in. Adrian Kemp probably wants to be in there. Always giving thumbs up. So yeah, with that being said, let's see what we got. So as you can see, Bitcoin smacked right in. And just like I said, man, this is the textbook analysis that I was talking about yesterday. Boom. Nope, that's not it. My bad. It's the ultimate high to the ultimate low. 0.618 right there. I've been talking about this 0.618 for a very long time, right? Everybody knows this. That's the 0.618. That is the downward trend channel. We'll go to the 4-hour chart. Actually, we'll just go to the daily because it makes it easier for me to pull up. Boom. And as you can see, massive rejection from it right off. We just keep slamming into it, trying to take out this resistance. We can't take it out. Likelihood is we're probably going to head back down to 74K if we can't, get above, whatever. Probably, what is it? 83. Yeah, about $83,000 now is the target on this. If we wanted to get there today, we got to get above 84. Tomorrow is essentially 83.3, 83.5 is where we need to get to start thinking about being bullish. But we did get a death cross on the 1 hour or on the 1 day chart, which is, this 50 moving average crossing the green line, which is the 200 moving average. Boom. That's a very bearish indication. And now the 100's heading down towards it. Boom. If this keeps going up, this keeps going down, another death cross, could be more downside in my opinion. Now here's where you have longing opportunities. Okay. You have longing opportunities right here, right now, right? So from about 71.4 to about 74.5, right? Or 75K. Then if you get above those levels that I was talking about right here at about $83,300 and you back test it, boom, and you bounce, that's where you could start to see like an actual long opportunity, right? So this is your zone right here where you could long if you get down here, right? And then this is your zone right here where you could long if you get above it. And you're targeting new all-time highs at this point, right? This is new all-time high territory. So just be aware of that. Okay. Now that's what we're looking at as it sits right now. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can. Oh, that was the wrong one. Give me 1 second. Trying to see if I can get this little, you see this? It's like kind of grayish right there, right here. It's just a little bit gray. I don't like that. But in any case, whatever. It is what it is. I don't care. So now let's talk about it. And my eyes are burning now from looking into those bright ass lights like an idiot. All right, so those are your longable levels. Okay, why did I say short up here? Well, first and foremost, if you look at the 4-hour chart, let's get all this stuff off of here. Well, okay, there's the top end of the trend channel, right? Or the top end of the downward sloping channel that has kept us in on the daily chart, right? So that's one reason. Reason number two, you have the 0.618 golden pocket retrace. So there's two reasons, okay? Need more? Do you need more reasons? Okay. Well, we've got a double top. There's 3 reasons. Okay. Then let me show you something else that you might not know. What are those? Is that the 100 moving average and the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart? Yep. Resistance. Reason number 4 and 5, right? Okay. Let's go to the daily. Is that the 21 SMA, which is an absolute magnet on the daily? Yep. Okay. There's 6 reasons, right? Now let's drop down to the lower time frames. My bad. Give me 1 second. 30-minute chart. Okay. See this? Higher high, higher high. Let's go to the 10-minute chart. Screw it. It'll be a better representation of it. You drop down to the lower time frames. You've already got 6 reasons to short at 83.3, right? Let's say you needed more reasons. I don't know. Does that look like lower highs on the RSI? Okay. Well, let me ask you. In that same time frame, does that look like higher highs on price in that same time frame? Yes, sir. Yes, it does. Yes, ma'am. Yes, non-binary person, whoever you are. That is a textbook bearish divergence. Okay. You have like 7, 8 reasons to short at that place. Also, reason number 8 or 9, whatever. News-based. News-based. Tariffs BS, right? It doesn't change anything. They're literally just saying, we're going to push the tariff talks off for 90 days. It doesn't change the fact that tariffs are still going to be a thing. It doesn't change anything fundamentally about Bitcoin. It doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin's in a macro and micro downtrend, right? Emotional move. We've talked about this a million times. Boom. Short there. It's very simple. You want another reason? You want 2 more reasons? Okay, I'll give them to you. What does this look like? Does that look like a fair value gap on the 1-hour chart with a continuation candle? 2 continuation candles, actually. Capitulation candles. Consolidation candles. Yep. So fair value gap. Then you get your bearish divergence right through here. Boom. On the smaller time frames. Bam. You want another 1 more reason? What does this look like right here? Does that look like a fair value gap that got filled exactly? And that's why I took profits down here. As I said in the Discord. I entered a small scalp long here. Took some off below 79K. Fair value gap from 78.4 filled, right? Boom. Fair value gap 78.4 filled. How many more reasons do I need to give you to be in a short position there? I don't know. We'll see. Continuation candle, like I said, again, consolidation candles right there. Now, does anybody recognize anything on the chart that could be potentially happening? Why you might want to be in a long here? Maybe, potentially. I mean, this could continue to rip to the downside. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's no guarantees that you get paid off here. But is there something that people might think, hey, did we front run the 0.618 first and foremost? Maybe. Okay. Did we get a little bounce from that? Getting caught up at the 0.5? So there's that, right? Is that one reason? Okay. Does this look like something? Let me ask you something. What does this look like right here? Does that look like a fair value gap with that's printed on the 1-hour chart with continuation candles right here, consolidation candles? Just saying. Could take you up to what, $80,600, something in that range, and then re-enter the short. Boom, right at the, guess what? 0.236 level, right? Or even, sorry, give me 1 second. 0.618 level. 0.618 retrace, anybody? You want to bet me a kiss on the lips on it? Just saying. Now, does this look like a fair value gap on the 4-hour chart? Right here. With a consolidation candle, capitulation candle right there. Did this tell you there was a topping tail there? Just saying, like, you know, the charts tell you a lot of these things, you know, and you play probabilities. There's no guarantee that these play out, right? But I'm saying you play probabilities, man. And, you know, I have, and I'm not trying to, like, I'll go into this a little bit further here in just a second. There's a reason why I'm on this site, okay? There's a reason why I'm doing a training program for them on how to trade gold, right? There's a reason why I am a verified pro trader on Verified Investing's network with one of the most legendary traders in the world, Gareth Soloway, right? There's a reason why these 6 guys are on this page, okay? These 6 guys, all right? All I'm saying. There's a lot of people on the internet. There's, you know, 1,000 different people you can choose from to come and watch and, you know, hear TA from and stuff like that. You choose me. I appreciate that. I do not take that shit lightly. Pardon my French. This is dead serious. I do not take that lightly. I try to give you the best setups. I try to give you the best education. I try to give you the best levels possible, right? Now, let me ask you, is there anything else that you're seeing right here that looks like it could potentially be a bullish case scenario for Bitcoin, why you would want to enter a potential long here? And just take your chance. Because, again, there's no guarantee that this plays out. It could just continue to rip to the downside. Right down here, bounce there, boom, you target upside, right? There anything else? Well, what does that look like? Does that look like a WV pattern? I think it does. What do WV patterns normally do? Well, they shoot up to the upside. And guess where that 75% of the measured move would take you? Up here to these ultimate highs right around here, right? If you take those out, you swing failure pattern, boom, you retest this, you get out of here, right? Boom, done, donezo. So that's all I'm saying. Like, that's what a WV pattern does. You come down, you go up, back up to about half of that move, right? You retrace to about the 0.5 fib, right? You come back down, you double bottom, okay? You come back up, you double top, and then you pull back to around the midpoint of that W, and then blast off, baby, to usually about the 0.618 or the 0.5 fib, as evidenced right here. Boom. And then you blast off. Now, there's no guarantee that you hit this target. You could come right up here and just get immediately rejected again, right? Or just come up to the top of this fair value gap, boom, continue the downtrend. So there's that. So in any case, like I said, you know, that's the WV pattern is on there as well. Now let's see what the indicators are telling us. Indicators are still telling us downward nature, right? They are trending up, right? But they're not trending. There's no like hidden bull div here. Right here, there's no hidden bull div here, right? That I see. Let's see. Nope, no hidden bull div. So I'm thinking you get a short-term bounce here to maybe $81,000, $82,000, and then you continue the dump down, right? Now that you've taken care of this fair value gap, you can take care of this fair value gap to about $80,600, boom, on the way down, right? And, you know, stochastics are super oversold. You know, we'd like to see them pump back up, bang, and then we enter our shorts again up here, and then boom, we ride them down, okay? So in any case, that's kind of what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, right? I want to look at the 4-hour chart, see what the oscillators are doing. Yeah, so the 4-hour charts are saying still downside. So you could even pump back up here to the $81,000 range, and the stochastic would still be, you know, could trend down. And then you would get a signal line crossover right here. Boom, you know, you pump up, you get a signal line crossover, bang, you head back down to the downside, right? So I don't think the WV is necessarily going to play out, but I'm saying it's something to keep on your radar, for sure. Let's look at the smaller time frame charts. I want to look at the 30-minute really quick. Last night I was on the 1-minute chart, man, up until 2 a.m. I was trading my ass off last night. I was having fun. Yeah, I mean, you're bottomed out on the RSI, stochastics, boom, right? And could get a nice little pump here, right? You really want to see RSI kind of get down here to about the I don't know, 25 to 20 range, and then you get a bounce, right? But I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen because it already hit inside of here. So you might just come here and then boom, blast, right? And come up here. No guarantees on that either. You have green dots, multiple or dual green dots on Market Cipher, right? Money flow curling up, VWAP crossover, and this momentum wave starting to curl back up. Okay. And the one bad thing is your momentum waves are getting larger, which in my opinion means more downside, right? So we'll see how this momentum wave happens whenever we get up here, because if it can take out the high of this momentum wave, then your momentum waves are curling up, right? So let's get down to the 1 minute chart. I want to look at the 1 minute, see what's happening. Yeah, okay. So this could be downside, right? It's trying to regain these moving averages, right? This is where I started entering my long. It's trying to regain these moving averages. It got rejected, okay? But RSI is kind of in no man's land right now. It could get a pop here, but it is kind of trying to trend up, right? And now it's falling back down. So it's breaking market structure. So what you really need to see is it come up here and get into overbought territory. That's what you need to see if you want to see bullishness on Bitcoin. And if you don't see bullishness on Bitcoin, then you'll see a dump. You'll see a dump down here, probably somewhere in this range to about 77.8. I'd say 76.8 to about 77.8. That's your range. But in any case, as it sits right now on the 1 minute chart, so long as you regain 79,200, which is, $400 away from here, $500, not terrible news for Bitcoin at this point, especially when it's in this massive amount of a downtrend. And then if you look at the swing high from the ultimate high right here to the low, right? Or from this high to this low, you barely retrace to the 0.236. You're setting a higher low here. Could you get a higher high here, come up to about $80,000 and then start taking out that 200 moving average? That's where you would start to turn around, think, hey, maybe we come up here to 81.5, maybe we come up here to 82, and then, bang back down. So that's what I'm seeing. What's everybody want to see in the comments section, man? We got 6 people in here. Smash up the likes for me. Twitter people, get involved. YouTube people, absolutely demolish you in terms of engagement. You're probably all a bunch of bots anyways. If you're not a bot, hit the like button at the very least on the Twitter post on this stream. If you're not a bot, drop a comment. Share the friggin' thing, right? Like, dude, I mean, look at the gains that we just gave out. Why people sit here and don't participate, I will never understand. Maybe it's because I do a good job. We've made like $13,000 in the past 2 or 3 days live on this channel, or this week. We'll call it this week. Why people don't participate, I have no idea. Maybe they just want to sit here and let me cook. I don't know, but I cook for my family, not for y'all. Nah, I'm just playing. I actually do cook for you guys on these charts, man. We be killing it. But again, back to my original point, there's a reason why I am this guy. I have an 82% win rate inside of verified investing. I'm the gold guy. And look at the trade that I just gave everybody. I gave y'all this trade too. I gave people this trade inside of the Discord too. Want to bet? You want to bet me a kiss on the lips on it? You want to bet me a kiss on the lips? I'll take that bet. Gold long active. Massive swing trade. 12.5x RR. That was yesterday. Even the day before that. Gold trade. Active. Make or break point. 2 massive wins over the weekend. 1 gold short scalp and 1 gold short long. Or scalp long. Scalp long. We schlonged it, man. We schlonged it. But anyways, in any case, this is the trade that I gave everybody. And then I posted a video today in there talking about gold long is active, massive swing trade. We made 6.5% on that move so far with a 12x risk to reward. We cannot lose on this trade. Why? Because first off, we already hit our profit targets, man, because we're absolute animals. To the T. Who calls levels out like this, man? Oh, yeah, you want to know something else? Watch this. I hate to be this guy, man. But I feel like I have to sometimes. Y'all, I know you guys do. But put some respect on my name, like Birdman said at the Breakfast Club, baby. Watch this. Watch this. This is gonna blow your mind. $5 months ago, gold is going to $3,000 plus. Here is the major signal for gold. Go watch this. Tell me if I'm wrong. I told y'all 5 months ago, and only 157 people showed up to watch this shit. I told everybody about gold 5 months ago. What was 5 months ago? Let's see. We're in April. What day was this? What day was this? October 22nd. Let's look at what gold was on October 22nd. You want to see? You want to see what your gains would have been? October 22nd. Where's it at? October 22nd. There's the 23rd. Let's call it the 23rd. Okay. You want to know what your gains would have been had you listened to that one stupid YouTube video from the braided up douchebag? $62% on the safest asset known to mankind. Let's say you didn't even take it there. Let's say you just said, hey, Drew, I'm just going to go with your target, $3,000, even though in the video I called it $3,034 and $3,045 based on Fibonacci's. 53% you made in 5 months. If you'd put $1 million on that, you would have made $500,000. If you put $10,000 on that, you would have made $5K. 50% is 50%, baby. Just so that everybody knows what time it is. Again, there's a reason I am this guy. That's all I'm saying. And you can go and fact check my stuff, dude. Like, that's why I have all this stuff in the Discord, dude. Go fact check me. Go fact check me. I'm all with it. All right, 1 hour. 1 hour chizzy. The 1 hour chizart. Okay. So anyways, in any case, we gave out this trade exactly. I said, look, at the top, if we swing failure pattern this thing right here, this high, there's a potential scalp short opportunity that you could get into. We have swing failure patterned this so far, right? Now, you got to watch and wait, but if you close a candle above 3,100, call it 3,168 bucks, if you close an hourly candle or daily candle or 4 hour candle, more powerful would be the daily, above 3168, then no swing failure pattern, right? You getting outside of this range, and then guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be sending that. You're going to be sending it long style to about 3,400 bucks, and no big deal. 9x risk to reward, and then if you shorted here, if it swing failure patterns, right, then guess what you've got on that? No big deal, 8x risk to reward, whatever. No big deal. I'm sure that every YouTuber that you watch gives you levels like that all the time. Sure, they all have an 82% win rate documented in a verified community. Just saying. Not a Discord. Like, you can't delete your posts where I'm at, man, because it's real people taking the trades for real. So they will remember. They'll be like, dude, you friggin' lost, man. You suck. Got an 82% win rate for a reason, baby. And I'm not saying we don't lose, because we do lose. We do lose. He said, I'm a bot. I'm a bot, dude. I am a robot. James Mack is in the building. James Mack back in the building, my friends. We are regaining the 50 moving average on the 1 minute chart. But we might be going up. That's going to be looking good for me to enter my shorts again and then target the bottom end of the channel. All right, let's look at some stuff people want us to look at. Richard Four says he's getting nervous ticks anytime we mention the VIP training community, right? The VIP community, which is called the Nordic members, right? So Nordic Alpha members. Oh yeah, by the way, you guys tell me if this looks cheesy, if this looks dumb, right? I think it looks kind of, I'm not going to bias you. I'm not going to bias you. What do you think? Drop it in the comments section. What do you think? Let me take this thing off of here. How do I take this off? There you go. What do y'all think? Does this look horrible or does this look dope? Richard Ford's laughing. Hello, guys. Quarter crawlers here, right? What's the word on XRP? Sui, and we have robots in the building. Literally not one Twitter person said shit. I am assuming that there's 58 bots in here, right? So every single person that's on Twitter, you are all bots. If not, you're NPCs, right? Let's see if anybody said anything on Twitter. Literally nothing. 3 likes. 3 of you are not bots. Out of 58 of you, 55 are bots. Thanks, guys. Let me know if you like my spinning stupid things. But spinning purple and blue, or am I colorblind? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's my logo. Purple. Like, as you can see right here on the Twitter. Give me a second. I'm going to take these things off of here. I just wanted to show people. Where's that? Yeah, there we go. That's my logo, right? So anyways, in any case, let's see what's happening. I think Sui was first. No, it was XRP. G Wood on the drums, baby. G Wood in his house, in a building, in a bazilding. Bang, bang. Ooh. Woo. Bro, if you got stopped out here, that sucks because, like, this stop loss was so lethal. $2.07. Hold on. Obviously, like, I would not have allowed myself to get stopped out here. Let me just scroll up. This is crazy. Oh, I need to make this bigger. That's what it is. The stop loss was at $2.743. I can't imagine anybody let themselves get stopped out over a cent. Because the highest this went was $2.09. In any case, there's 2 ways you could have traded this. One was we bounced off of the bottom of the must-hold zone, right? Which was, whatever, over here. Now, we got back into the must-hold zone, okay? We never have gotten an entry on this trade. We're just going to take this off of here. If you just know that if you get above this level, $2.20-ish, you back test it, you can long there. Just know that, G Wood. I'm sure you know that. You've been here for long enough. You know that. But in any case, okay, I mean, yeah, you had an entry here, right? You had an entry here. I'll take this off here. You had an entry here. You had an entry here. Both times you could have taken it for gains, right? Then if you entered here, I don't know why on earth you would have entered on the God candle, but this is where you would be entering. If you come up, if you back test it, I mean, it's the same trade, man. Same trade. You come up, you back test this, and Bitcoin starts to go down, right? Then you're shorting this and you're targeting same levels, which are $1.50 and $1.30. Pretty damn decent trade. And then this is where you start thinking about longs. You can start thinking about longs here, but this is your safest place to start thinking about longs. Why? Because it dates back so far, man. And it covers up this fair value gap, right? Right here basically takes care of this fair value gap right here. Okay. What's the fair value gap? Well, no, but it already got smashed. Never mind. Just kidding. Takes care of this all-time high, $1.30, or this swing high. We'll call it swing high. So yeah, I mean, this is where I would be looking for entries right here, right? I mean, I would say this is your downtrend channel right here, right? So if you get an entry like right here, I mean, not there. Where's my long position tool? Probably like right here, which would be like by the end of this month, if you're here at $1.32, or just anywhere along this channel, essentially, right? Like, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I'll just do the thing, man. We'll just do it for you, G Wood. Yeah, I mean, like you get down here and you ride this down. Yeah, this is your long entry right here. That's good stuff. Okay, we can delete this. Obviously, there's a secondary entry here, so just be cognizant of that. But you know, this is essentially your short entry, and then this is your long entry. Damn it! I keep pulling up the wrong long entry, man. Damn it! I gotta start deleting stuff. Dude, look at all these longs and shorts that I have all over this friggin'. None of them are even on the chart anymore. Okay, well, here you go. This is your trade. This is your trade, man. And then honestly, I would be targeting some serious highs on this. I would be targeting these swing highs. Okay. You got a 5.5x risk to reward. Even if you come down here and set it outside of this level and average in again at this level, you still got a 4.5x risk to reward. Let's go to Suey. Suey. Dude, Wolfer, man. Okay, so you got your short here, okay? As you can see, you got your short. You never came down here. You still haven't gotten your long entry. Let's just take this one off. We can delete this one, okay? So let's work with our two positions that are active. Right here, if you've been paying attention to me, you knew to short here. Okay, I gave you that level days ago, long time ago. You got your God wick, your candle, boom, you'd already be in massive profit, right? At the 0.236, let's just say you got that entry, right? And then you're targeting the bottom end of this trend channel, right? That's your support, right? Because you broke out of it, right? You're trying to back test it. You still haven't back tested it. $1.37, that's your long opportunity, right? Obviously, you can long here too. But what I'm seeing right now actually is high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Yeah, if you get a lower low down here, I mean, I would at the very least be targeting these lows, right? And I would just be setting my stop loss just right outside of here. I mean, you probably got a 10x, yeah, 12x risk to reward on this. This is where you can start thinking about longing, about $1.70 all the way down to about, I mean, massive, $1.32, right? $1.32. Yeah, I mean, you've even got support here at $1.60. You got support at $1.60. We'll put that on the chart. Boom. I mean, from there, dude, it's not looking awesome. Like from there, you're looking at maybe you've got a little bit of support at $1.45, but then you're riding it all the way down to these levels, $1.15. Maybe I don't like that level as much. I like this one. This one's pretty good. But I don't think you're getting all the way down there. If we start getting into these levels, I mean, that's bear market, baby. Like it's over. So just be cognizant of that. Yeah, that's Suey in a nutshell. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. See if Bitcoin's continuing its little pump. It probably is not. It would surprise me if it is. 79.2. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's trying to gain that 200 moving average, man. It's trying to gain that at 79.8. That's where the 200 moving average is. So yeah, I mean, that's everything in a nutshell. What I also want to show you is the S&P move that I called out in the private VIP community, naturally. So I posted this a long time ago. This was like Monday, I believe. I talked about the gap down and, 48.50 is your level, right? This is where you long, right? And then I showed everybody, hey, we won, massive, massive win, right? But if you held it, here's your new levels, right? Let's talk about it. Okay. So let's go to the weekly chart and I'll show you what's going on. So this is an upward sloping trend channel. This is the previous all-time high. It bounced off of it perfectly. And this upward sloping trend channel from 2020, right, has been very well respected. Upward trend, right? So we bounced off of that point perfectly. As you can see, we can go down to the hourly chart and I'll show you. Bang. Where's that at? 48.50, bruh. We literally hit, what's the low on this candle? What's the low? 48.35. What's $15? $15 divided by $4,850. It's 0.3%. That's how lethal my call out was, right? So in any case, you entered there, you exited here at the top, you had a 7x risk to reward, and you literally made this much money. 13% in 2 days. Called that out. Now, in any case, say we come back down here, boom, you can re-enter this long, right? And then there's the second scenario. You come down here and you get under these levels, the previous all-time high, right? Which is 48.18. Say you get under 48.20 and then you back test it. Then you're shorting down to these levels right here, right? 41.10. Okay. And the only other thing that you need to make sure you pay attention to is there is a gap right here at 44.64 down to about 44.30. So, you know, you might get a bounce at 44.30 is my point once that gap gets filled because it has not been filled. So with that being said, that pretty much sums up all markets for everybody. Trump came out, did his thing naturally. But, you know, we knew what the levels were before that even happened. And, you know, we made big money off of all those moves, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be the S&P, whether it be gold, whether it be altcoins. Everybody's getting money on this channel. So with that being said, if you want to continue getting money on this channel, you let me know. IR Robot. But the spinning purple and blue. No comment. Gianni. Dude, Gianni's actually the guy that made this. Gianni's actually... let me show you guys. This thing right here, this thing right here, Gianni is the guy that made it. He's an animal, dude. If he's not working on Netflix series and stuff, I think they're wasting his talent. Dude's an animal. He does so much good work. Caspa. R. Gilbert, but it's still playing out what you said a few days ago. R. Gilbert said, I would say 88, but it's still playing out exactly as you said 2 days ago. Let's just look at it just for, you know, whatever. Yep. Why are we on the 1 minute chart, dude? This thing always just makes me crazy. Yep, same thing, dude. I mean, you're still doing the exact same thing, in my opinion. Like, you came up here, you got outside of this zone, you entered this short, you did not get stopped out, you're in profit right now, right? You tried to back test it, you lost it. You tried to back test it, you lost it again. You never would have entered this long. Bing, bang, boom. Downside is to about 46 cents. Now, if you keep setting higher highs here, right, then you could see a turnaround. But what you need to do is get above 67 cents here to start thinking about bullish nature, right? So there's that. And then I don't like Caspa at all. I think it's a dead coin. But in any case, we'll look at it since that's what you want to look at. This is why I don't like Caspa, because their chart looks terrible, right? And even their moving averages are just horrible. You can tell there's like no volume on this. And I mean, this is Bybit. This is the biggest exchange in the entire world. This is why I don't like Caspa. Look at these swings, right? This is just, it's just down, 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 down. Like, why am I investing in this, right? Why would I put my money in this? I would not. For everyone, Solana and Cardano, let's do a random meme coin. We're doing it right now, dude. A shit coin. No offense, quarter crawler. You know, I don't know how married you are to Caspa, but I mean, I'm just calling it like it is. Like, you look at the chart, this thing's murdered. I I don't think there's even any reason to chase this, to be honest with you. I would just sell out here. Like, I'm just being real with you. You know, in any case, long-term wise, where could you go? 1.7 cents. That's my prediction. If you don't, I mean, I would say you're probably going to downside risk, half a cent. If Bitcoin keeps going down, this thing's going to lose 50%, right? Just like it does every other single time. It's wild, man. It's wild. It's just some wild swings, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
Even Donna Goodo, who's legally blind, would not touch Caspa. R. Gilbert. R. Gilbert, everybody. Dude, I love R. Gilbert. He cracks me up. All right, let's see what we got. Does it get better than the DW channel? Why is Drew a verified pro trader? Why on earth is Drew a verified pro trader? I don't know. Why do none of his trades ever work out perfectly, exactly to the T, right? And then do it a second time, right all over again with the same level. The levels are the same. You come down here, you regain this, you could long it to about the 0.382. Okay. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't be longing. Okay. But you come up here to the 0.382. That's where you're short again. You already had your opportunity to do it. The more times you hit it, that's a damn Daniel. Yes, it is. That is definitely a damn Daniel.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans.
Spicy, man. Spicy, man. Damn. All right. All joking aside. I gave you this trade like 2 days ago. It hit perfectly. It hit perfectly here. It hit perfectly here. No stop loss. No big deal. You take profits. Bing, bang, boom. Trump tried. We continue to go down. Comes back up here. Likelihood of it going back down again after it's hit, once, twice, 2 times in a row, 3 times, 4 times. Likelihood of it holding up again. I don't know if I would short this again. If it hits this level, I would need to see what the charts look like at the time. But if the charts are looking primed to roll back over again, then I would definitely short this again here. But I would want to see what the charts look like at that time. If the charts look similar, right? Super overheated RSI, right? Look at this RSI. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. Look at that RSI, right? 76, right? So, yeah. That's it, man. That's it. That's that. It's all good. It's all done. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for showing up. I'm going to get back to my day. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of things to build for you guys as well. And just remember, Drew called gold at $3,000 5 months ago. You would have made 52% if you would have been one of the 157 people that showed up to that video. There's a reason why Drew is the gold guy on verifiedinvesting.com, verified pro trader, and has an 82% win rate. Drew will open up the private VIP Discord for you for $29 a month soon. But until then, he's going to continue giving out ridiculous, redonkulous levels and showing people his, absolute insanity P&Ls that you can scroll for, days. Right. And if you want to be a part of it, let me know. So let's see what Bitcoin's doing just really quick before we sign off. Damn, Daniel. We can't get the 200 moving average on the 1 minute, man. It doesn't like it, man. Get all this stuff off. Now, rejection at the 0.236. I mean, textbook yet again. Yet again, another rejection in the 0.236. It's trying to get above it. High or low. We need a higher high here than this previous high. With that being said, we'll see if it takes out the 200 at 79.7. I will see you all in the next stream. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Even the 63 bots on Twitter that none can prove are not bots. Yep, 63 bots. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.